Hi again, everyone. I hope you are enjoying your snow day still. This video is going to be about our reading for today's snow day. Again, you can pause the video at any time you like. You can backtrack if you want to. You can fast forward. I don't recommend that. But just kind of go at your own pace for this. That's the perks of having it just pre-recorded so that you can kind of just go at the pace that you want to go and you can rewind and help yourself remember what we're supposed to be doing. Okay, so today for reading, we are going to be talking about main idea. Okay, so what is a main idea? Okay, so a main idea is what a story is mostly about. It's the big picture, okay, the big lesson, the big idea, like just what the story is supposed to be all about, okay? So in a main idea, you will identify your characters, you will identify a problem that may have occurred in the story, and you will identify a solution that possibly occurred. Okay, so before we dive into that, we are going to look real quick at some pictures that I found. Okay, so this is picture 1. Okay, so looking at this picture, what do you think the main idea of this picture is? Give you a couple seconds to think about it. What is the main idea? What is the big thing that this picture is about? Okay, if you said a dog playing fetch or a girl and her dog playing fetch, that's correct. I would say that that is what this picture's main idea is. It's about a dog and her pet, or a dog and a girl playing, or a girl and her dog playing fetch. Okay, so let's look at a more detailed one now. Okay, so here we've got a picture. Well, what are some details that we see in this picture? I see a Christmas tree. So I'm going to assume that this is around Christmas time because along with the Christmas tree, we also have presents and the family is all wearing hats, right? You see all those Santa hats? Okay. So with the Christmas tree, the Santa hats, and the presents, what else do we see that can maybe tell us that it's Christmas? We've got Santa on his sleigh right there driving through the moon. So can we say that this is Christmas Eve, maybe? Yeah, I'd say it's Christmas Eve. Okay, so what are they doing in this picture? I see food. I see some juice maybe at the table. There's some plates here. What do we think they're doing? They're probably eating supper, right? So I would say that in this picture, the main idea is a family getting together to eat Christmas Eve dinner. Would you guys agree with that? A family getting together and eating Christmas Eve dinner. That is the main idea of this picture. Okay, so with that main idea, we were able to pull information just from details that were in this picture. We were able to pull that it was around Christmas time because of the tree and then the presents. And we were able to pinpoint that it was Christmas Eve because of Santa and the moon. And then we were able to find that they were eating, so it was probably around supper time. So we could say that they're having Christmas Eve supper because it was also dark out. I don't know about you, but I eat supper at night rather than lunch. So, okay. So that is kind of how we can look for our main idea and use the details that are in our story or in our pictures to help us support our thinking of what our main idea is. So now we're going to switch paces and I'm going to read a story to you. So this is going to be a little bit lengthier, a little bit more challenging than just a picture. Okay, it's going to have lots of pictures. It's going to have a plot line, all of that. So the book we are reading today is Oh Nuts. Okay, it's by Tammy Sauer and illustrated by Dan Crowell. Okay, Oh Nuts. So while I'm reading this, I want you to focus on 3 parts that happen during this story. And I also want you to pay close attention because there might be a surprise look-it activity at the end. Okay, try to think of who your characters are, your problem, and then the solution that we have. Okay, help yourself focus on trying to find what that big idea is. Focus on these 3 parts of our story. Okay, let's get rolling. Oh Nuts. Cutesy, Blinky, and Bob lived at the zoo. They whooshed through the grass, darted up trees, and zipped over branches. But nobody paid any attention to them. Day after day, it was the same thing. Ooh, look at the tiger. Wow, watch the elephant. Cool, check out the koala. Blah, blah, blah. The chipmunks tried to ignore it. But when the sloth got groupies, oh nuts. They needed a plan. Cutesy thought as she fluffed her fur. Blinky thought as he tapped his foot. And Bob pretty much just sat there. Ooh, I know, said Cutesy. Let's give ourselves makeovers. The chipmunks raided the lost and found, added just the right accessories, and then struck a pose. But everyone was too busy watching the zebras chew grass to notice. Cutesy thought harder as she filed her nails. Blinky thought even harder as he drummed an acorn. And Bob, he pretty much just sat there. At last, Blinky grinned, like, wow, dudes, music is the answer. The chipmunks spiked their fur, grabbed some gear, then rocked the park. But everyone was too busy watching the giraffes to flick bugs to notice. Cutesy thought extra hard as she twirled her whiskers. Blinky thought extra hard as he strummed a guitar. And Bob, well, you know. Chipmunks, said Cutesy. It's time to play hardball. They outran the cheetah, outstared the owl, outswam the piranhas. And for good measure, outzapped the poison dart frog. But everyone was too busy watching the possum play dead to notice. Then a miracle happened. Bob had an idea. He sprang to his feet. I got it! And he shared his plan. The chipmunks scrambled between the bars, took their places, then wowed the crowd. Zoo style. Cutesy chewed grass, Blinky flicked bugs, and Bob pretty much just played dead. They were great. They were awesome. They were so over the paparazzi. Well, except for Bob. Cutesy, Blinky, and Bob lived at the zoo. Nobody paid attention to them. And that was just fine. The pigeons, however, had plans of their own. The end. That was a great story. I don't know about you guys, but I thought that was a pretty good one. Okay, so I hope you were thinking as I was reading about what possibly the main idea could be in this story. Okay? So, in order to identify our main idea from Oh Nuts, we have to talk about who were our characters. Take a second and try to think, who are the characters that were in this story? Okay? Hope you got them. Here they are. We've got Cutesy, Blinky, and Bob. Okay? Those are the three chipmunks that we have. Those are their three names. Okay? Now, What's the problem that they had going on? Was their habitat not okay? Nope, that wasn't it. What was it? Their problem was that they wanted attention. Nobody wanted to stay and look at their attraction. They wanted to go check out the zebras who were chewing on grass, the giraffes who were swatting bugs, the possums who were playing dead. Okay, everyone check those out, but not them. Okay, so they wanted attention. Okay, and what was their solution? Okay, so they wanted their attention. They got their attention, then what happened? They didn't like it, right? They didn't want it anymore. It was too much. There was too many flash photography and paparazzi. Okay, so our solution was that they got it and ultimately didn't want it. Okay, they changed their minds, which that's okay. Okay? So what's our main idea now? Our main idea is that there were 3 chipmunks named Cutesy, Blinky, and Bob who wanted attention at the zoo. But when they finally got it, they realized they didn't want it and were fine just being in their own little world pretty much. Okay? So remember, we have to decide which parts of a story that we need to look at that are important, that are going to help us find the main idea, and aren't just like a simple little detail. So to help us remember how to identify a main idea, we're going to look for characters, problem, and solution. Okay? So this is something that we'll continue discussing throughout school. We'll discuss it in 3rd grade. You'll discuss it in 4th grade, 5th grade, and so on. Main idea is always going to be a concept that you talk about in school. So we are going to start trying to talk about it more now too. Okay? So now, the fun part. If you've been with me this whole time, if you've watched this entire video, I'm going to let you in on a secret. There's another secret assignment. Okay? The secret assignment is a booklet. I will have a code in an email that I sent to your parents. In that email, you can click on that link and for that code, and you can go and play booklet. Okay? You need to use your real name and then answer the questions, and I will see that you participated. If you finish the super secret assignment, there'll be a prize for you the next time that we get back together, okay? Hope you guys have a great day and you enjoy this snow day. Bye, guys.